this is Sam with Practically Posh Life, and today's video is going to be a back to school supply haul video. Welcome if you are new. My name is Sam and I have two little girls, one that is going to be going to kindergarten this year and one that is going to be going into first grade. And this video is part of a back to school series. In this series we have a back to school uniform haul for those of you parents out there or guardians that are out there looking for school uniforms. This video is going to focus on back to school supplies that you can use whether you are at home or whether you are physically going back to school. So hopefully this video will help, but then it will also be a video that is centered around learning at home so that if you are learning virtually this year or homeschooling for the first time, you'll see some of the supplies that I bought for that situation. This situation is really what I would send to school for the teachers and with my kids when and if they go back, okay? So without further ado, let's jump into the video, and be sure to like this video and subscribe if you want to see all the videos in this series. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that you are alerted when I upload new videos. Okay, where to begin? If you could see the background, I am going to spare you, but there is just crap everywhere. And I'm filming these videos back to back, so there are uniforms, there are homeschool stuff, there are back to school stuff. It's insane. But we're gonna get it done today, y'all. We are gonna get it done. All right, so first let me start with the stuff that I would, assuming there is kind of a meet the teacher night or some time in which you can drop off things for the teacher, I am going to put all of these in one big Rubbermaid or Starlight bin and just hand it over to the teacher, bin and all, maybe put their name on it or something. And this is just meant to help them from a supplies perspective. I think this is going to be a really unique year for schools that are going back, because a lot of schools, I know my girls' school, have put a lot of really specific measures in place, and there aren't any sharing of supplies or community supplies, which, listen, I ain't mad at that, because how many of y'all spend a lot of money on supplies and it all goes into the community bin and your kid comes home with the crappy supplies? So listen, I'm not mad about the not community sharing. I'm okay with that part, but I also want to make sure that in not having that community bin, it's going to be hard for the teacher to spread out resources and make sure all the kids have what they need. So let's start with tissues. So each class is going to get, so I have 2 sets of 4 boxes, and these are the Kleenex antiviral tissues. I don't know how effective they are, but I thought in this current environment, you cannot go wrong with antiviral tissues. And so I picked these up from Target, and again, there are 4 just kind of cube boxes in here. So I will be sending one of each set of these with each kid. And then I also picked up wipes. So that is a staple item that is always on the list. This year it's a lot harder to find, but I was able to get a 3-pack of Clorox wipes and a 3-pack of Lysol wipes. So I will send one to each teacher, one each teacher's classroom, and to help them. And so these each are the bigger packs. So hopefully this will help them a little bit, but they have really invested a ton of money in sanitizing, cleaning, UV lights, all kinds of stuff. So they probably aren't going to need my little wipes because they've got some like high grade stuff that they're going to be using, but I feel like the teacher just day to day will reach for a wipe, and this might come in handy. So I'm going to be sending that along with that box of tissues. Pencils, and this is something whether you are going back or whether you were doing it from home. I love the Ticonderoga pencils. Those are all we buy. The only time we have any other type of pencils is during holidays and seasonal, so we may have like Halloween pencils or Valentine's Day pencils, but these are the only ones that I actively like go out to purchase if it's not for like a goodie bag or something. And so this is a 72 pack of sharpened pencils, and I got these at BJ's, which is kind of like Costco or Sam's, and they were $10 for this entire thing, and they are split into little individual boxes. So there are 6 boxes of 12. Yeah, 6 boxes of 12 in here. And so I may do one of 2 things. I may give each teacher this whole thing and just buy a second one, or open it and give 3 boxes to one teacher, which will be 36 pencils, and 3 boxes to another teacher, because either way each student will have one, and the classes are going to be really small this year. So this will probably give each student 2, maybe even 3. Okay, so that's pencils. And then I always like to get these boxes of 12 pink pearl erasers. And I get these on Amazon for like $7.99. And what I will have is 2 boxes per teacher, so that there are 24 erasers for each teacher. And they can afford to, again, give everybody their own eraser to use. And they'll still probably have double what they need with 24 because, again, the class sizes are so small. Okay, glue. So we have this set of giant glue sticks, and these were $4.99 at Target, and then they also had like 10% off Elmer's products. So these are a pack of 6 giant glue sticks, and this is what the one with the washable disappearing purple. And so I have packs of those that will go to each teacher. This, I am not sure. It's just washable markers. I got these for $3. I am not sure whether I'm going to send these to school or whether we just keep them in our school supply stash, because I feel like, because I know they're not doing any community supplies this year, it doesn't make sense to just send 1 pack. I don't know that that's going to be incredibly helpful. I'll see what the school supply list, mind you, they have not sent it yet, so I had to go off of last year's school supply list. So I will see whether they even want this or need it. Otherwise, I will keep it. But I do have 2 of these. Crayons. So these are the Crayola crayons. They were 50 cents each. And I'm just showing you these 2 packs. Each teacher is going to get 25 boxes. So I literally have 50 boxes of these. But if you think about it, 50 cents each, I spent $25 on crayons. That's not too bad, and that ensures that the teacher is able to give every single student that does attend in person their own box of crayons, and then can also just stockpile some throughout the year as crayons wear out, because you know, if you guys have kids, you know crayons wear out pretty quickly. So this was one where I was able to just make sure I got a quantity that they don't have to share and can just hand out. And so hopefully the teachers find this helpful. So they will each have their own box that has 25 packs of these in it. Then I also have Post-it. I think I'm going to end up keeping these at home. I don't know that the teacher has a use for these. The teachers may use it for themselves, but I don't think that it's a school supply that they need. But this was on sale and a really good deal at BJ's, so I did pick it up. But I honestly think that I'm going to end up using it for my own working from home needs and my own potential virtual schooling needs for the kids. So, but this was, I think it was like $10, and it comes with 18 Post-it packs, and there's 100 Post-its on each one. So this will last for a very long time, and I will not need to look for Post-its for quite some time. The other item that I don't have here, but I do need to pick up, are Ziploc bags in various sizes. So I will probably get a couple of the quart size Ziploc bags for each class, because that is something that is usually on the list, which is, again, Ziploc bags. So I will be picking that up as well. And hand sanitizer. So I have hand sanitizer. I will also be including a couple of things of hand sanitizer in each of the sets for the teacher as well. So now if I move to something from a supply standpoint, lunch bags, book bags, and lunch boxes. My first grader, as you remember from last year's video, and I will be sure to link last year's video, she had the Pottery Barn backpack, and so this year she's going to be using that again. I know, I'm shocked. It held up so beautifully that there is no need for me to buy her another backpack, and so I'm not. So this is her backpack from last year. It looks amazing. I washed it, and though it really didn't need too much, like this is it. It looks great. Not a tear, not a snag, not a loose thread, like nothing. It looks fantastic. The only place you'll start to see some wear is up here. It's a little like gray looking, but that's it. And it washed up beautifully. I just popped it in on delicate and then hung it to dry, and it worked out beautifully. So she's gonna have the same backpack as last year. And then she will also have the same lunch bag as last year. It also held up fantastically. And so we will, you know, use it again this year. And I loved it. It fit everything. It fit her lunch, her snack, everything. So it worked out perfectly. So we will be using it again this year. And then hanging off of it is just some hand sanitizer. For my kindergartner who's going for the first time, I actually bought her backpack and lunch bag last year when Pottery Barn had a sale and just put it away for kindergarten. So we worked together and she kind of picked the one she liked last year when I bought her sister's. And when it came in, I said, we're gonna put this away for kindergarten. And so this year I didn't have to buy her a new backpack because she already had it ready to go. And this is her backpack. It has little hearts on it and her name monogrammed on it. And so we are excited to be able to kind of break this out this year. And I intentionally made sure that I got dark backgrounds. I wanted it to be colorful and show their personality, but I did not want light colors as the main background color because I knew it would show stains and dirt and wear much easier. And so I think part of the reason Adriana's backpack looks so nice is because the background is navy, so it just doesn't show much wear, and the parts that are light pink showed a little bit of wear, but honestly not as much as I thought it would. And so she has that same navy backdrop, and then she's got some pink accents, and then obviously the multicolor hearts. So I expect that where I'm gonna have to spot treat and scrub will be like the handle here and maybe some of the buckling here. But they honestly, my daughter didn't touch these buckles. She didn't need them, she didn't use them. So they really didn't get much hand holding or friction or any dirt on them because she didn't find the need to open and close them or use them very frequently. So this is the backpack. I really can attest that it was worth the investment for a Pottery Barn backpack. Buy them on sale because there is always a sale at Pottery Barn. So do not pay full price for a Pottery Barn backpack. But I will say that if you buy one, it will last the whole school year and you will be able to reuse it the next year. Now, my daughter's not like overly hard on things. So if you have a kid that like destroys things, you may have a very different experience. But I found just normal wear and tear, it held up very nicely and we were able to get 2 years out of it. And then her lunch bag. These lunch bags are the Mackenzie dual compartment lunch bag. They don't really make them anymore at Pottery Barn Kids. I've seen some at Pottery Barn Teens, but they don't make them to in the coordinating colors of the backpacks anymore. They have the other styles. I like these because I wanted to pack as much as possible for morning snack, any afternoon snack, lunch. I wanted it all in one space and I worried that the other ones were just a little too small. So I was able to find both the lunch bags to coordinate on eBay. And again, I bought this last year when I ordered the backpack and just put it up. Now what I did on eBay is people sold it with monograms on it from that they either didn't want. And so I was able to get the stitching off and I'm just gonna so you'll see like the trace of somebody's initials here. I was able to get the stitching off and then we'll just be putting her name in a label across the front. So it's really not a big deal. And otherwise it was brand new. So I don't know if it came to that person monogrammed and it was either the incorrect monogram or they just no longer wanted it, but they were both brand new when I bought them, but they had someone's name monogrammed on them. So I was able to take that stitching out. But they have worked well and I'm really, really glad that I picked this style that has the opening here. And what I did is I put a lot of the snacks and the juice up top here. And then in the bottom portion here, I was able to put the Yum Box. And so the Yum Box sat in here and it does come with a handle. We didn't find that we used this, so I didn't even send it. I think it stayed home pretty much the whole time. But there is a handle if your child wants to wear it around their shoulder and then their backpack on their back. It does come with a strap. And then the Yum Box itself. Oh, I also got my younger daughter the same water bottle my older daughter has, but she had the galaxy print, so this is hers and it has her name Isabel on it. These also held up fantastically. So we still have the water bottle that my daughter has. I was very worried because both of them are chewers. They will destroy a straw. It held up wonderfully. My daughter's straw looks really good. No issues, no staining issues. It washed up well. It kept water cold the entire day. So she's going to be reusing her water bottle, and then Isabel has her new water bottle. that goes with her backpack and lunchbox. And this year that's going to be particularly important because they are not allowed to use water fountains, and they all have to bring their own water bottle. There will be like a refill station to fill up your water bottle, but you're not allowed to drink from a water fountain at all. So they will be using those water bottles. And I found that my daughter last year in kindergarten used it quite a bit. It always came home empty because she drank her water during snack time. And then anytime throughout the day that she was thirsty, she was able to go and get her water bottle and drink from it. Okay, so Yum boxes. This is the Yum box that I picked up for my daughter last year. And it is in perfect condition. It looks great. No issues, it closes really well, like just no problems at all. So she'll be using this Yum box again this year, and I thought it was great. It worked out perfectly. I was able to put her sandwich in it, a treat in that little middle compartment. I'll show you. So I'd put a whole sandwich here, and sometimes it was a croissant, sometimes it was just a sandwich, a regular like plain white bread sandwich. I was able to put some sweet treats in here, so maybe a pack of gummy bears. I would open it up and put the gummy bears in here. Some of those little mini cookies, I was able to fit a few in here, so that was kind of the dessert. This was always the dessert tray and we got to talk about each day, what are we going to put in the dessert tray for you? And then up here it was a combination of things. Sometimes it was some grapes or carrots or chips. Crackers, so sometimes it was like cheese and crackers, sometimes it was chips here, and depending on the size of the chips, I just put them in both compartments because, you know, the compartments aren't that big. So sometimes it was just the same thing in both to get the right quantity or amount of it, and then a sweet treat and a sandwich. And then again, in the top part of her lunch bag, she always had her drink. And that worked out really well. So I'm a huge fan of the Yum box. I thought the compartment sizes worked really well for us. There were only a few times where I used the other Tupperware that I have. I found that 90% of the time, everything I needed for her lunch could fit in her Yum box, so obviously except the drink. And she was able to open it comfortably, close it up, and when she came home every day, I was able to clean it very easily. I did not have any trouble cleaning it, and it held up with constantly being opened and closed without any problems at all. So highly recommend the Yum box. And so I got another Yum box for my little one. So this will be her Yum box, and I will put her labeled name on top of it. And this is what she will use. She's a different type of eater than her sister. She's more of a snacker and likes a lot of little things. So this will be an interesting, I got her the panino, which has that big sandwich compartment. She's going to be an interesting kid to see whether she would have done better with smaller compartments and maybe not one large one in the other ones, just because again she eats very slow, and she is more like bite-sized things versus a whole sandwich. She's getting better, but I still think that this will be fine for her. But this style does come with different types of trays. The panino I liked because I wanted to be able to fit a full sandwich, so I just got the same one. So that is what we will use to pack their lunch every day. And so that was really helpful. I did not buy any other like lunch supplies because I still have everything from last year. I still have all the picks. I still have all the different types of Tupperware. I still have like a hot food container. I did not buy a hot food container this time to go with her stuff. I was able to find one on clearance at Target that I will use, but honestly, I started out the year with all kinds of ambitions around the kind of cute lunches I was going to make, and I would say she ate the same 4 things every day. And she actually liked the hot food at school. So I would say by like November, I was packing 2 to 3 times a week at most. And then the other 2 to 3 days a week, she was buying lunch because she actually really liked it. And it introduced her to new and unique foods that she hadn't tried before. And they were all very balanced and nutritious. They always had vegetables. They always had fruits included. And she ate all of it. So we would look at the menu each week and read it to her and review everything and then say, which days do you want to buy and which days do you want me to pack? And then I would pack on those days only. And it worked out really well. And I suspect this year, depending on how it shakes out, will be the same. My little one's going to be a different story. I think I'm probably going to pack 99% of the time. She just does not. She didn't try new things. And she's not a fan of, so I don't think she's going to be a lunch buyer, but that's okay. We'll see how it goes. And so then the last thing on my list of school supply, the elephant in the room, masks. again, we are in really interesting times. So if you are sending your child back to school, or even if you are able to, I know every school district is offering different things. Every school, whether private, charter, public, are all offering different things. So you may not already know what you're going to do with your children yet. But for us, we have the option to send our children back. They have different contingencies in place, obviously, and this is a dynamic situation, so we realize that there's a likelihood we may also still have to do some virtual learning, but we wanted to make sure that we are prepared, and they will need to wear masks. And so these are just from Target, and you'll see a bunch here, but it's really 2 packs of 2. So if you think about it, these 2 masks came in a pack. One is just this like charcoal gray with hearts. One is this light gray with a light pink rather, with a dark pink interior. And then this pack had these little hearts and then just a dark pink mask. And these are just the Cat and Jack brand masks. It's a 2-layer mask. It has an insert for you to be able to put in a filter. And then it has these really comfortable stretchy straps. I'm not gonna even bother trying to give you a review on sizing, because honestly, if you read the reviews, it is all over the place. You'll see a bunch of people saying they are huge, they are meant for like a 10-year-old, and then you'll see some people saying this only fits a baby, it doesn't fit my bigger kid. I'm not giving you any advice on sizing. What I can tell you is that they fit my girls perfectly, who are 5 and almost 6.5. So they fit them perfectly, didn't have any issues, didn't have to tie anything. Do my children have big heads? Do they have small? I have no idea. I feel like they have just like average size heads. Now they both, no, that didn't factor in. No, it fit them fine. So masks, they each, they have 1 more pack, but it's in the washing machine. So they will each have 6 masks, so that there's 1 for every day of the week. And on the weekends, I will wash all of them and sanitize all of them. And then they have them all for the next week. So I wanted to make sure there was 1 for every single day of the week, so that we were not reusing, and then 1 extra to just keep in their backpack in case it gets stained or messed up. And so they will have 6, 5 for the days of the week, and 1 spare. And that is the plan for masks. And we've been practicing wearing them, and so they're getting pretty used to them, and they're comfortable, and they have not complained about it. So far it is going well. And these were $4 in packs of 2 at Target, and I like the fun prints because it makes what is a really unfortunate exercise a little bit brighter for them, so that if they've got to wear it, at least they can pick some fun colors that they like. So that is everything for the back to school supply haul. Hopefully you found this helpful, and again, make sure that you subscribe, like this video if you want to see more, and I will have a kind of homeschool virtual supply haul next. Thanks.